everything I do, we have different tools that you can use. The Azure portal is kind of a nice place to go and get started. And here you can see that for every component that we have some information in forms of graphs and in forms of data. So here, for example, this is the utilization of the compute of my SQL database over the last hour. So we see what happened. That helps us to know if we have some activity there. Let's go into Key Vault. Again, the same thing, right? We have some data. So here we see, for example, the total requests to Key Vault. And this is all correlated together. So you can see that if I pass the mouse on the graph, it's also showing this line on the next graph. So like this, it makes it really easier to read. And notice a small pin in the top right corner of the graph. This allows you to pin the graph to your dashboard. So you can always put a graph to your dashboard and see what's happening in really the glance of an eye, and you can pin really different things. Here I modified the duration of the graph, like this you can see over the last hour. And of course you can also add different metrics, like for example here we see latency, availability, etc., etc. So that's interesting to know how busy your Key Vault is. Maybe you need to scale that up to a different plan. For example, you know that in Key Vault we have the standard plan and the premium plan, etc., etc. So this is really giving you a lot of information about what's going on in your resources, and really your resources throughout the whole landscape of your application. So that's quite precious and quite useful. All right, let's go now to our web application, because this is what we really want to observe and possibly optimize. All right, so here again, you see the different graphs that you have. And again, those graphs, right, you can put them into your dashboard if you want, simply by pinning them to the current dashboard, so you can build some visualization systems. Everything is correlated, all right? So this is all moving together, and like this you see really what's going on. And here you see already one point of entry to application insights. There are different points of entry in your web application where you can start application insights and configure it. Remember, we did that already in the second session of this learning path. We actually turned on application insights. But now that we had time to collect the information, then we are going to go and explore that. So let's move on to the application insight demo. So what I'm going to do here is, here I am back into the Azure portal. This is yet another point of entry to application insights, as you can see. And here, this is the data. You may have seen that already in the second session of this learning path. This is where you specify what is being collected. And as you see here, this is a .NET application. So we are collecting some things by default already. For example, profiler information, debug snapshots. We'll talk about that in a moment. SQL commands even. If you are using Java, JavaScript, then you have an SDK that you can add, even Python, and like this you can configure your application this way. Now we are really inside the application insights data. As you can see, we have more graphs. We see that we have a bunch of failed requests that we are going to have to investigate. Not quite sure what happened here. And here we have the different graphs. So now let's check some of the components of application insights. And so initially the application was getting its data from a virtual machine here. So it was running SQL Server on a virtual machine on premise. And now you see that if we go to the last 30 minutes, all the requests have gone to the new database, which is our database running on Azure. So now we can see a little bit more information. You see that this node is red. Okay, red is not very good. It's probably some failures. And indeed, we see that we have some failures. So let's go and investigate that. We are going to dive a little bit deeper. Those are the failures that we see. We have quite a lot around 9:50 p.m. here. So we see that it has to do with a GET. So it's really the top request, which is already failing. Let's dive into that. And now we see basically the end-to-end transaction, all right, from the GET to an exception. And we see this exception is a system.argument exception. So as a reminder, this is, again, an ASP.NET application. And we saw that there was something said about @Microsoft.KeyVault. keyword not supported. So we probably have an error here in the connection string going to the SQL Server, because remember that the connection string is in Key Vault, and we have configured that in the second